Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Talent Show, where you will meet the people that power TTEC. I'm Rebecca. I'll be your host for today's show. We are so excited that you are here to join us today as we have a really great topic in store for you. I know I probably say that every time. I just love what we do here at TTEC and the people that we get to meet. And so thank you so much. If you're coming back for today's conversation, we're glad you're here. If you're joining us for the first time, thanks so much for joining us today. We are celebrating Power in Pride this month, and we wanted to mark the occasion with a very special conversation with an amazing guest who wants to talk about the importance of why representation matters and how building an inclusive workforce really helps make the world go around. So whether you're a part of the LGBTQIA plus community, an ally, or just a human, we know that you're going to walk away with some amazing advice today. Before we get started and meet our guest, we would love to meet you. We encourage you to drop where you are joining us from around the world. Is it lunch? Is it dinner? Hello, good evening, good morning, wherever you may be. We're here for you. And so we would love to hear from you throughout the conversation as well. So don't be shy. Let us know where you're joining us from today and come say hi to our guest. Speaking of our guest, today is Steen. He is joining us. He's from our project management side of the house, formerly a trainer. He's a magic maker and a leader, the chair of PRISM, our LGBTQIA plus community. So we're going to learn a lot about his amazing career journey here at TTEC, and then also why it matters for him to build a culture of a place where people feel seen and heard and part of a larger community. Hello to Dora. Denise. Hi, Denise Gredler. Nice to see you here. Raul joining us from Mexico. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're so glad that you are here as well. So let's meet Steen and get started with today's conversation.
Hello.
Hey, Steen, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month to you too. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's a pleasure to have you on. I have met you in person as I was a host at the Magic Makers. You were a magic maker and still are. So we're so happy to have you joining us for today's conversation. And for me, a personal pleasure to be able to connect with you again. So thanks for joining us.
Oh, well, thank you. Yes.
So I know I highlighted a little bit that you have an amazing career journey here at TTEC, but I think you can tell your story better than I can. So can you just give us a little overview as to your career here at TTEC and how you got started and what you're doing now?
Sure. I got started with TTEC back in in Arizona, actually. Used to live in Tempe, and we had an amazing site there. And I started as I came in, I talked to a recruiter, and I was like super excited this is going to be great. We talked a little bit about my background, which was in education and adult education. And they said, you'd be a great fit for the training department. We don't have anything open right now. And I'm like, that's okay. I want to come and learn about this industry. And that's exactly what I did. I started off as an associate on the phones. I had that headset on, and it was great. I learned so much, and I did move into the training department, and I worked there for many, many years. I've been with TTEC over 11 years now. And then recently I've moved into the project management world, there's a bit of an overlap. And so it wasn't too hard of a transition. But that's where I am currently now.
Well, congratulations on a little over 11 years. I'm sure your anniversary for 12th is coming up here soon, so we'll be sure to celebrate that, Steen. Thanks so much for sharing with us a little bit more about how your journey got started. And I think it's such a great story. So I'd love to dig into it a little bit more too. So did you know what the customer service and experience industry was all about? And why was it important to you, especially as a trainer and someone with a background in education, to take that leap and say, sure, I'll jump in and start as an associate?
I did not know a lot about the industry, and that's why I didn't feel I knew I could contribute as a trainer, as a leader with this company, and I have a lot of leadership and management and um, educational background for this, but I did feel like I needed to get the experience, get my feet wet, really understand how this all works. And it was great. I did that for a little over a year on the phones. That gave me that background that I needed to give me that empathy and understanding to really connect with people I was training, with the people that, as I moved into training management, the people that I was leading. I think that really helped me be successful. And it showed one of the great things, and I know we talk about this a lot with TTEC, but that it showed a lot of people the path you can take at TTEC, right? I was super happy to be able to share my journey. I always have, starting off on the phones and moving up the ladder and finding those promotions that really advanced me in my career.
I love what you said too, because I think it's so much a part of who you are too, Steen, is that developing that further empathy and understanding. And that's probably carried you through so many aspects of your career and your involvement in PRISM and other parts of our team here too. Before we jump into that, before we jump into a little bit more beyond your career and really around your passion too, let's kick it over to the audience because we're going to be talking about why workplace inclusion really matters. And we want to hear from you. So why is it important to you to be a part of an organization or part of a community where you feel seen and heard, and that inclusion is an important part of it? So please do drop in the chat. We'd love to hear from you. So back over to you, Steen. Let's talk a little bit more about PRISM, our LGBTQIA plus community. You are the chair of this employee resource group. It's Pride Month. So let us know a little bit more about why you think representation matters and what are we doing here at TTEC to help celebrate that?
Sure. That is, even before I came to TTEC, I've always felt very, that representation it's just my mantra when it comes to the LGBTQIA plus community. I think that is kind of the basis of where we can build things. It ties into so many issues, so many things that we need to deal with. But if people can see themselves reflected in their peers, amongst the leaders, then that makes them feel welcome. That makes them feel excited. When I was in the training department, one of my first, I always loved that job because after the talent acquisition team, I always felt we were this next group to kind of work with the associates, right? To help bring people along. And I made sure that, I was very clear that, hey, I'm who I am. And, I love to always basically just out myself right away or fairly early on. I would just casually drop in a conversation about, just mention something about my husband. That was very easy for me to do. And because I wanted the people that were coming into teams that, hey, there's people, if they are part of the community, there's people like me here. And I took that as a very, serious and important task. And I really, really, I still do. I still think that is one of the key things that PRISM does, right? Is bring forward that representation, gives that visibility of our community within TTEC so that people feel included. And I see there is a comment too from Michaela. Yeah, it's important in personal life. I want to work for an organization that shares the same inclusive values that I follow, right? Yeah, that's how we demonstrate it, by being out and open, and everyone's in a different place, right? But that's how I choose to make sure that people feel included and seen and represented with TTEC.
That's so great. Thank you so much, Steen, for sharing that. I know we have many employee resource groups. I transparently, before TTEC, I hadn't been a part of an organization that even had one employee resource group. So it's so cool to see the intersection of champions of color, PRISM, women in leadership, persons with disability, on and on and on, of all of our amazing groups, our TTEC minds as well. So it's to your point that when people come and they're a part of either the recruitment team or the training team and then off to operations, that they feel really included and a part of our team, so we can all extend that empathy and understanding to our customers as well as to each other as teammates. So tell us a little bit. We've got a lot going on this month, and I love that the team has really taken it to the next level globally as well. Could you share with us just a few things that we have upcoming? So if you're a part of TTEC and you're listening in now and tuning in, that you can join in the Power in Pride celebration.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny. This date is almost like dead middle to all the events that we've been having. We had two fantastic events just recently. We have our glam balls, which are just amazing. They're these little mini parties, and each one has a different theme: trivia, open mic, comedy, Pictionary, karaoke. I think I'm missing one of them. And the great
Comedy hour, Steen.
I'd say, yeah, open mic comedy. I think there
Oh,
were,
you just say, okay, got it.
what, I mean, missing one. They're just awesome. We had them last Friday, and the great thing is we're repeating it again on the 26th on Wednesday. So we're going to have more. I'm going to be hosting one of the events. I'm going to be hosting karaoke. So I'm really excited to sing along with everyone. The other thing we just, and I do want to wrap up, or an event that we just wrapped up on Tuesday, which was our event, which was a leadership forum, which, back to representation matters. I was super excited to help put this together. We invited leaderships from, in fact, I think someone in our audience was at the forum. We put together a fantastic group of leaderships from all over the globe. This is an international company, and our PRISM employee resource group is for everyone across the globe. We had people from vice presidents and managers. It was great. They talked a lot about the why the representation matters, and how they lead as LGBTQIA people in our company, and it was really exciting. And then I do want, before I talk about our final event, Rebecca, we're doing a whole bunch of Pride, more than ever. TTEC is involved in Pride parades and Pride festivals, and so this weekend we're doing Athens and Cebu in the Philippines, Athens, Greece, obviously. I guess there are other Athens, but the Athens, and we're doing Denver Pride on Saturday the 22nd. We're one of the official sponsors of the Denver Pride 5K, and then we're going to be doing Manila Pride also on the 22nd, which is huge. I think isn't it one of the biggest Pride festivals in the world? I hear so many amazing things, and then we're also going to be doing at the last weekend, the 29th, we are doing the Mexico City Pride Parade. So I'm super excited about that. That just shows, look at that, we're doing Europe, we're doing Central America, we're doing Asia. This is amazing. I love that we're reaching out so globally. And then, speaking of, we have a global Pride party on the 28th. And that is a virtual party, and it's going to be broadcast from the Philippines. I'll be the host, and we are super excited about that as well. So we do have a whole bunch of really great events coming up still.
Well, Steen, this is definitely, the saying, it takes a village. Special shout out. I see Caitlin is in the chat. Caitlin, thanks for sharing she says, thanks, Steen, for sharing the Pride Month activities. And this is a perfect time to shout out the Pride Committee that is global, that has really next leveled these efforts. So thank you so much, Caitlin, and the whole Pride Committee for the the passion that you're really putting into sharing and fostering an inclusive culture. So we are excited about that. And hello to Marvin watching from the Philippines as well. We're glad that you're here. And anyone who's watching from TTEC, be sure to check out Social as well as Mosaic if you want to become a part of any of the activities that Steen was just sharing. So, Steen, I can't believe we're almost at the end of our time here together. I know you probably have some projects and messages that are waiting for you, so we want to get you back to your day. But as I mentioned at the top of the show, that you are a magic maker. And at TTEC, that means that you were nominated by your colleagues and selected by the 40th anniversary committee that we had last year to be a part of this magical celebration that we had at Disney. And I think that I'd love to make sure that our audience walks away with some of your magic today. So could you share with us, because we do love to share actionable advice, things that people can apply immediately in their careers, but what is a little bit of your magic that you can sprinkle on our conversation here today with everyone?
Sure. I think the reason I was selected as a magic maker was the positivity that I try to strive to bring to my job and to my interactions with my peers, people that I'm leading or people that lead me. I want to make sure that I spread kind of positivity and joy as much as possible, whether it means just being on camera and smiling and letting people know that you're paying attention to them and that you're listening, and just being positive and joyful. It comes up a lot, like when people, if I get evaluations and stuff, people are like, Steve's so positive, I really want to make sure that I'm sharing that what I love about this company and living it every day, right? We did talk about seeking first, understand. That is, of course, my favorite of our values, but also, live life passionately, right? And I really do like to just spread that positivity, make sure that people know my story and know why I care and appreciate TTEC so much. And I always used to one of the advice things I used to give to agents was, hey, listen, the way you can be successful is, be reliable, be positive, take care of TTEC, and TTEC will take care of you. That's like, if you're a good employee, it comes back to you, and I try to live that every day.
Well, I think, Steen, you are living it every day, because I have been on those Zoom or Teams calls with you, and you do bring that energy to all the calls and make people feel like immediately welcome and part of your community too. So you are definitely embodying that. And I think, as we talk a lot about on this show, that importance of positivity and paying it forward in our days with kindness. We just had Mental Health Awareness Month, and Janelle spoke with us a lot about the power of kindness. And so your message is resonating with us here today. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate, again, everything that you're doing. It's mid-Pride Month. I know you've got a lot more ahead of you to do. So
even just here in my hometown, I've got a lot of activity. We have two Prides 2 weeks apart. It's very strange, but so I'm going to be I did last weekend and then this weekend. So I'm super excited. And just so y'all know, I'm in Davenport, Iowa. So we are so global. I love
Arizona.
Yeah, and I miss Arizona, but I still have family there. But yep.
And your TTEC family.
Yes.
Oh, and Steen, we also have the Leeds Pride Month. When you just said that there was a little bit of a lag time in Iowa, isn't Leeds coming up in July too? So I think we've got more Pride events as the year rolls around. Sorry, you just reminded me of that.
Yeah, it's not on my list, but you're right. It's not on the list for this month, but yeah, we are doing such an amazing job of globally, better than ever before. That's been a real priority for PRISM and TTEC this past year, and I'm super proud of our efforts to really expand the way we can help celebrate Pride and spread Pride and share our message to all of our employees, no matter where they live and what they do.
Love it. We can't end it any better than that. So thank you so much, Steen. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Happy Pride Month. And I will see you at karaoke in a couple weeks.
Yes. All right. Sing a song with me. All right.
All right. Thank you. All right, everyone. If you want to come sing a song with Steen at the end of the month, please check out ttechjobs.com to see where we have jobs available in your neck of the woods and wherever you may live. We have a couple highlights that we want to share with you today. And things are getting hot. I'm in Arizona. It's starting to heat up, and things are heating up in Las Vegas, where we'll turn for our first job here today, which is a bilingual Spanish and English customer service representative. So if you, as Steen was just sharing, you want to be a part of having empathetic conversations, supporting people, supporting your community and their language, please check out this job in Las Vegas, Nevada, in the United States. We have more customer service positions around the world as well. So please do come check it out. We're also going to turn over to another part of the globe, Hyderabad, India, where we are hiring a client insight strategy analyst. This is a hybrid role with an amazing high-performing team. So please come check that out. If you're neither a strategy analyst or in customer service, there's many other roles that you can come check out on TTEC Jobs. I do also just want to give a shout out to July. Thank you, July, for joining us. He shared Happy Pride Month, everyone watching from the Philippines. And that is the end of our show for today. I really want to thank Steen for sharing why representation is important to him. Again, thank our amazing Pride Committee for all they're doing to create this wonderful culture of acceptance globally. And then to you for listening. If you found today's show resonating with you, we'd love for you to share it with your friends. The more people that can learn about how to spread positivity, be a part of a joyful conversation, even at work, the better our world will be. So if you liked what we had today, please share it with everyone. Special thanks again to our producers, Smearty and Dora, and to everyone for joining us. Have a wonderful rest of your Pride Month. We'll see you back in 2 weeks.